welcome to Library Story Time. Today we have some fun books about Christmas. I hope you enjoy them. Our first book is called Mistletoe. Look at that moose. All right, and we got a whole moose family. And this is a play on words with mistletoe. What are we supposed to do under mistletoe? Do you guys know?
Nope.
Supposed to kiss. Yes. So let's see how this goes in this story today. 'Twas the season, and Moose was merry. He joyfully tickled the ivories with tuneful tidings and a flurry of fa-la-las. He was so full of ho-ho-hos, even his moustache had the holiday spirit. He has a big old moustache, and it's dancing as he's playing the music. But Moose was more than just a bit merry and bright. He was busy, busy, busy. There was a lot to be done on his list of to-dos. But with orderly organization and a bit of regimentation, lots of imagination, and just plain old Moose know-how, getting ready for the big day should have been simple. Easy. Yes, in all probability, it would be perfectly perfect.
Perfectly perfect.
He wasted not one merry minute. Moose got 'em moving and put some hustle into his holiday bustle. He went to work and wrote cards and letters till his hooves hurt. Check. He checked one thing off his list. He shopped till he dropped. Check. He hauled home boxes and bags and presents galore. Moose had gifts for everyone stacked from the ceiling to the floor. Check, check, check. And then he wrapped, yo ho ho, and he ribboned, ho ho ho. And on each and every package, he tied a big and beautiful bow. Check, double check. So far, so simple. So easy, so perfectly perfect. When things go perfectly perfect, do you think it will always stay that way?
No.
Another look at the list, and Moose headed for the kitchen. He pulled out the pots and the pans and the bowls, sifted through stacks and racks of cookbooks. He whisked with his left and he spooned with his right. Moose baked tons of tins of cookies. Check. Dozens of cakes and breads and sweets. Check, check, check. He made jellies and sticky jams. Moose roasted a goose and added some chestnuts. He toasted marshmallows and yams. Check, check, check. Triple check. Yes, yes. So simple. So easy. And of course, perfectly perfect. Decorations were up next on his list of things to do and get done. And so Moose decked the halls. Then he spruced up the walls. He beaded and bowed and mistletoed. He gathered garlands, roped wreaths and holly. He jingled bells and sang Noels. Oh, good golly, this Moose was jolly. Check, check, check. Check, 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 and check. It's always good to get things off your to-do list. Last but not least, he hung up all the stockings, each and every one with special care, and just in time, because soon Santa would be there. Check, final check. Yes, sirree, getting ready for Christmas was an absolute snap. So simple and so easy. And if he did say so himself, Moose thought totally, utterly, completely, perfectly perfect. On the night before Christmas, Mother, little Sissy, Bucky, and Junior looked all through the house. What a job Moose had done! Everything looked so beautiful, festive, quite fine indeed. There was just one minor problem, if you will. Oh dear, sighed the missus, as the five stared at an empty corner. Oh my, oh me, oh gee. Pop, what's happened? Cried Junior. You forgot the tree. He's done all this stuff and he forgot the tree. Oops. Where would they where could they hang the tinsel? Where would they string the popcorn or string the lights? Where would Santa leave his gifts for the kiddos on Christmas Eve night? So Moose pulled on his galoshes and put on his hat. He would find a tree somewhere, somehow, and that was all that would be. And so out went the Moose, braving the blustery, blowing winds and the cold, trudging through snowdrifts, courageous and bold. Moose first hoofed it down to the corner, but not a tree to be had. And then he slid around the block. Uh-oh, things were looking bad. He went down every boulevard, street, and little road. He looked down alleys and lanes. Every tree had been sold. There wasn't a branch, not a twig, not even a lousy, bowless bough hanging around. Nope, nothing. Not a tree to be found. No tree, sighed a sad Moose as he came home empty-handed on that snowy eve. The kids tried to make the best of it. They said, oh, well, so what? Who needs a tree? But Moose could plainly see that they were short on glee. He knew he had to do something, and that's just what he did. In the empty corner, he stood and spread out his arms very wide, and he smiled at his children, and he winked at his bride. Kids, he declared, go fetch your forgetful pop some of that tried and true family glop. So the kids came back with a pot of glue, and without one word to another, they knew just what to do. Each took a part, grabbing strands and taking hold, and then carefully, oh so carefully, they glopped, and they plopped, and they pasted, and they pressed, and they curled and they twirled, every follicle they could fathom, until Moose's magnificent moustache was indeed a marvel to see. What are they doing to their pop? What? Moose was just a few needles shy of being an evergreen tree. They strung Moose with lights from his head to his toes, and they draped him with tinsel beginning right with his nose. They hung balls that were shiny and bells that twinkled, candy canes, berries, and plums that were sugar sprinkled. And then they all stood back, and Junior plugged in his pop. Ooh, ah. Yes, Moose was truly an incredible sight. He was glorious and glowing, and oh boy, was he ever bright. Then Junior placed a star on the top of Moose's head. He gave him a kiss and a pat, and then they all headed off to bed. Except Moose, of course. He stayed in the corner instead, still twinkling and blinking and waiting for Santa. Oh, it wasn't so simple, and it wasn't so easy. And okay, it wasn't perfectly perfect. But do you know what? It was pretty close. Ho, ho, ho. Who came to visit? Santa. So that was a fun story called Mistletoe. All right, Miss Susanna, you got a story for us today?
I sure do. And this one is a Christmas alphabet book. Not enough beds. We're going to see what's going on here. Christmas is coming. No, Christmas is here. And there's just one small problem with this time of year. When all of the family comes here to stay, we can't go to sleep in the usual way. Look at their family. It's pretty big. Not enough beds. Oh my goodness. So Aunt Allison snores in an overstuffed chair, while my young brother Ben stretches out on a stair. Smart cousin Constantine brought his own cot. And the porch swings just perfect for little Aunt Dot. Oh my. Mistletoe beckons to shy Uncle Ed, while big Uncle Fritz makes a snow angel bed. Grandpa tells yarns that make Hank, my dad, yawn. Isaac and Jesse play go fish till dawn. Kate and Lucinda hide under a table, while sugar plums romp through the dreams of Aunt Mabel.
But a couch is a good place.
My vain sister Nan curls her hair up too tight. Bold Uncle Orland sings "Oh Holy Night." There's a star-bright nightlight in the upstairs front hall, specifically shining for new baby Paul, the baby. Quentin and Rusty curl up in the tub. My mom, Sally, and Tim cause a kitchen hubbub. Great-Grandma Ursula walks in her sleep. Victoria stands on her head and counts sheep. My. Winifred, Xylo, and Yancey the dogs pile up by the fire like a heap of old logs. And me? In this Christmas Eve crowd, I'm much harder to see, but here I am, Zachary, under the tree. The end, all the stockings.
That was a short story.
Yeah, it was a short story. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to do the Christmas alphabet. And I'm going to start you off with A for angel. So I'm going to give you all a few pieces of paper with pictures that have the names or words, they're Christmas words. And the first letter starts with an alphabet letter that we're going to highlight. So we start with A for the alphabet. The next letter would be B. So what
I got
picture?
B.
What is it?
For bells.
All right. Why don't you come right up and put it right up next to the angel. Whoops. There you go. Thank you. Bells. All right. What is the next letter in the alphabet? C. What is that word?
Cookies.
Cookies. We all love cookies, don't we? All right, what's the next letter of the alphabet?
D.
D. Does someone have that picture? All right. And what is that? Decorations. There we go. It's a long picture. That's right. We've got it. All right, what's the next letter? D and then
A, B, C, D, E.
E. What
who's
would
got
that
E?
be? Maybe. All right. What is that, Colton?
Elf.
Elf. That's right. So if you'll put him right next to the decorations, you gotta have an elf.
Decorations are big.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? That picture's big. Okay, so the next letter in the alphabet would be F. So what word have you got for that?
Fireplace.
Ooh, yes, fireplace. Not everyone has a fireplace, but it's nice and warm. So E-F-G. What would be next? Ooh, gingerbread house. That's awesome. And then the next letter would be H.
A.
Oh,
Why don't we go
yeah,
back
let's
down
put him
over
right
here?
here. All right, what is that one? Holly. All right, so the next letter is I.
Oh, I got that.
Okay? What have you got?
Christmas boots.
Let's go over here back next to the H. H-I.
Ice skates.
Ice skates.
Yeah. So we've got skates. Okay. H-I-J.
Jingle bells.
Jingle bells. That's right. Can't forget jingle bells. H-I-J-K. What would be next?
Okay.
K. Kissing under mistletoe. Oh my goodness. Hijkl. What would be next?
I got it.
Oh, you got that one?
Lights.
Lights. We have to have lights. LM.
I got it. I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Christmas rug.
No. I think she's got it.
Yep, she's got it.
This is a
Milk.
Q.
For Santa.
Milk for Santa to go with those cookies. All right, so the next letter would be N.
The North Pole.
North
right.
Pole. That's where Santa lives, isn't it? LMNO.
I got it.
No.
Ornaments.
Ornaments.
Nice.
All right. NOP. P. What do we got? It's probably one of the most funnest parts. Presents. Okay. P. Q.
I got the Q.
All right.
Christmas rug.
It's a quilt, isn't it? Yes. Oops. There we go. That's right. It's a Christmas quilt. PQR.
I got it. R is for reindeer.
Reindeer. RS.
Santa's
Santa's sleigh. All right. How about T?
For tree.
Tree. And you? What is that one? An ugly sweater. Some people have that as a tradition to wear ugly sweaters. TUV. What would be V?
Yep.
The village, a Christmas village. TUVW.
I'm out of pictures.
Let's go down back. Go back.
Yeah, we'll start the next. Oh, a wreath, that's right. Oh, and you've got the next one too. X for Xmas, which some people shorten for Christmas. X, Y, Yule log. And what would be Z? Z, the Z's from sleeping children. Zzz, as you snore.
What's kissing under mistletoe?
Kissing under the mistletoe. That'll be a tradition you'll have to read about. We've got plenty of that at the library.
Yep. That was really pretty cool. There's our Christmas ABC list. Isn't that pretty cool? Parents, this is something you could do at home. You could cut out little pictures and have your kids put Christmas ideas in ABC order. That's pretty neat. All right, are we ready for another story? All right. This story is called The Best Gift for Bear. All right, The Best Gift for Bear. Let me make sure I'm on page 1. Yep, I am. Hedgehog had spent the morning decorating cookies for her friends and neighbors. She made snowflakes for the mice and trees for the squirrels, and a very special rabbit for each rabbit. Hedgehog knows a lot of rabbits. Those are cute cookies. But she still had one more gift to bake, and Hedgehog was beginning to worry. What should I make for Bear? She had been thinking of ideas all day long. Should I make ice skates? Well, Bear had taught her to twirl and glide, so that would probably be a good idea. What about butterflies? Bear loved to find them in the meadow. It's not really a Christmas cookie though, is it? What about sunflowers? Bear had shown her how tall they grow. A few cookies are not enough, she thought. Bear should have a grand gift, a special gift, something wonderful, just like Bear. But Hedgehog was stumped. When she arrived back home, she saw her frosted roof. See the snow on the roof? And then Hedgehog had an idea. Do you know what she thought about?
gingerbread house.
She drafted up a plan and warmed up her oven. There's her plan, so I think you guys might be right. And she happily baked her way into the night. She used flour and eggs, sugar and spice, rolled it and cut it, and baked it up nice. Early the next morning, she got to work. Brick by brick, swirl by swirl, Hedgehog built her gift. It was a grand and special. It was wonderful, just like Bear. Look, there's Bear and the sunflowers and the butterfly, everything she had thought about. It was also very heavy, but Hedgehog pulled it smoothly across the snow. She would be at Bear's house by night. She's a little hedgehog, remember? It's going to take her a while. But as she made her way along the path, the wind began to whip around her. I'll have to hurry, she thought. She pulled and she pushed. Whoosh! Oh no, all her hard work. In an instant, her gift had become a pile of crumbs. She's so sad. Bear! Hedgehog? Grand, special, wonderful Bear? What a mess, Bear. I wish you could have seen your gift before it all fell apart. Well, I'm glad you're just safe and warm, said Bear. You should have seen the mess I made earlier. I tried to bake you a gift too. But I thought I would try again tomorrow. Look, she made a little hedgehog cookie. Let's bake together, said Hedgehog. And a day with a friend is the best gift of all. So it didn't really matter that her gift fell apart. She spent the day with her best friend. So that was called The Best Gift for Bear. We have one more book on our Christmas edition today. This is called Little Elfie 1. If you'll notice on here, there's a lot of things that were in our alphabet. So we have our elf and our gingerbread. Well, we didn't have candy canes, so we had cookies, and we had ornaments and tree and lights. Ooh, we could have done P for popcorn, S for star, but we used Santa instead. Be looking through here and see how many of these words you can find in this book. Little Elfie 1 by Pamela Jane. Little dancing gingerbread ornaments. Way up in the north, where the reindeer run, a big mommy elf called her little Elfie 1. Look at that little mama. Little baby elf. Santa comes tomorrow. Hooray! Cried the one. And he leaped and he laughed where the reindeer run. Way up north, where the ice shines blue, lived a furry father mouse and his little mousies too. Nibble, said the father, we nibble, said the two, and they gnawed and they nibbled where the ice shines blue. They're having Christmas cheese. Way up north, on a festive fir tree, hung a gingerbread daddy and his little gingers 3. Run, cried the daddy, we run, cried the 3. And they hopped down and ran from that festive fir tree. I don't know who they're running from, but they're running away, aren't they? Way up north came a knock on the door. Surprise! A mother caroler and her little carolers 4. Sing, cried the mother, we sing, said the 4. So they sang songs of joy by the little Elfie's door. I like going Christmas caroling. That's something that's fun to do. Way up north where the polar bears dive lived an old mommy polar and her little polies 5. Swim, cried the mommy, we swim, said the 5, and they swam and they splashed where the polar bears dive. Want to take a polar plunge for Christmas Day? Brr. Way up north, near a barn built of sticks, lived a big daddy snowman and his little snowy 6. Shiver, said the daddy, we shiver, said the 6. So they shivered and they shook near the barn built of sticks. You guys hoping for a snowy Christmas? I want snowy Christmas, right? We can make our snowman. Way up north in the dark starry heaven lived a bright mother star and her little starries 7. Wink, said the mother, we wink, said the 7. So they winked and they blinked in the dark starry heaven. Way up north, it was growing very late. So old Father Santa called his little helpers 8. Who are his helpers? Hurry, said Santa. We hurry, said the 8. And they hurried and they scurried so they would not be late. They're getting all the toys ready to go, aren't they? Way up in the north, near a tall snowy pine, old Father Santa called his little reindeers 9. Fly, cried Santa, we fly, said the 9. And they sailed and they soared o'er the tall snowy pine. Way up in the north, in a warm cozy den, lived a gray mommy cat and her little kittens 10. Frolic, said the mommy, we frolic, said the 10. So they frisked and they frolicked in the warm cozy den. Way up in the north where the reindeer run, the big mommy elf called to her little elfie 1. There he goes, cried the mommy. Merry Christmas, called the 1. And Santa winked, I'll be back for some Merry Christmas fun. And that was called Little Elfie 1. Well, everyone, I sure hope you enjoyed our Christmas edition of Library Storytime. We all want to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas. Kid, you want to tell them? Merry Christmas! Bye now.